Yo, what is going on, guys? It's D.J.WADDISON here today, bringing you a new video. So today I'm going to be turning the volume down because that's a bit loud. Right, so as you can probably tell, we're going to be testing it out on Project Cars. Yeah, I'm using the next level wheel stand Lite. As you can see, this is the package that come with it, along with my steering wheel stuff that's in there as well. Yeah. I thought I'd make this video before I upgrade because I'm going to be going to another stand. The stand I'm looking at is the FGT cockpit. If you haven't seen that, it looks quite good. It's a mix between the GT setup and a Formula 1 setup. It's like a one-of-a-kind type of thing, to be honest, like one-of-a-kind type of setup. It looks really good, but that's not what we're talking about today. Today we are talking about the next level wheel stand Lite. So, coming in between £100 in the UK market, £100 to £120. It's a decent stand. I paid £110 for mine, so I was pretty much slap bang in the middle as to what I've seen on the market for other ones. You can get them from Amazon, Box UK, there's other stores as well. You can get them off Next Level themselves. I bought mine from Curry's. Yeah, it's a good stand, to be fair. Just starting off initially. It comes pre-assembled. I haven't got the box because I'm not a weirdo who keeps the boxes, unless it's Funko Pops. The stand itself it comes, like I said, it comes pre-assembled pretty much. You have got the wheel plate, the pedal plate even, that you do have to put on, and the I've got the gear shifter mount as well, which comes with the actual stand, which you don't get on the one before, which is just a wheel stand, I believe it's called. Well, it's not called just a wheel stand, but you get what I mean, it's just called wheel stand. Yeah, this comes with the shifter mount, which is quite good. It's really easy to assemble. They provide you, in typical fashion of Next Level, with a spanner and Allen keys to fit all your screws and bolts on, and they'll give you the screws, bolts and washers as well. Make sure that when you're assembling and putting stuff on, you put the washers on, otherwise you can damage the actual frame. So the frame comes branded with Next Level on the on there. It comes on the pedal plate and it's on the actual centre post for the stand. Now it's got its ups and it's got its downs, and I'm going to be talking about them in the video. It's going to be not a biased review as to say, oh yeah, it's brilliant, there's nothing wrong with it. Though it does have its issues. However, if you are looking for a budget setup and you are your first setup, for example, like me, it's good. I've had it a few weeks. The only reason I'm upgrading is just purely because I've done some like in proper cockpits before. I'm not a big fan of centre posts. However, this looks good, the reviews were good, and it was cheap, which is what led me to end up picking this up. The actual frame itself does fold down, which is quite handy. So if you're like me and you're in your bedroom, you've got a setup. As you can see, I've got my bed right behind me, so I've got no walk room here, and I have to kind of do a Tom Cruise Mission Impossible over the bed to get to that bit there. It's good because you can fold it up, you can put it away. This fits under my desk. It folds up into quite a small space, and obviously with how adjustable it is as well, you can even shorten that down. But it folds up into quite a short space, which is good because it just means it's compact. You can put it away, and then I can just roll the chair under my desk, and then I've got my walk room back here, so I've got my space again. It is really good for, say, saving space and that, and good for storage. The pedal plate is very secure. There's not really any flex. You can probably hear that. That's just because I've just realised I haven't tightened one of the bolts up enough. But you don't want to over tighten things because you risk ruining the actual setup. However, yeah, overall, even with the bolt loose, that's not moving at all. That's quite good. So it is it's sturdy and it's not sturdy. It's got different positives and negatives. So we'll just list off the positives. It's compatible with different wheels. It's compatible with Logitech, Thrustmaster, which is what I'm using, and Fanatec. It's got different holes which you can put your bolts in. At the minute I've just got it on a clamp. I haven't actually bolted it in properly because I'm lazy. moving on to the actual down into the stand then, like I said, storage, it's compact, it's good to put away, easy to assemble. It comes pre-assembled, you've just got to put your pedal plate on, which are adjusted. It comes with 2 screws down on the wheelbase, which you can just loosen up quite easily, like that's loosened now. And you can just use that then to raise the height, and it comes up quite high. I think it's about 80 centimetres which it extends to, which is quite high. However, for me that'd be like driving up here. So it comes with 2. It's very secure. It's not gonna move down on you during a race. Yeah, that's the positives really. The price as well reflects it. It's really well priced. It's, to be honest, I think they could have got away with charging another 20-30 quid for it. I'm not going to suggest them to do that, because £110 is already expensive. However, for this sort of setup, it is good enough. Negatives come in with the fact that it's a centre post design. That's just my preference. I'm not keen on centre post designs. However, the other negative which I do have is the flex. Now I'm going to be playing project cars. You're not going to see my gameplay, but you'll know that I'm playing project cars or some sort of racing game, just to demonstrate the actual flex that this does have. For example, if I hold the centre post now and just move it left and right, you can see the wheel shaking. And if you're in a race and you're turning, you can see already there that is moving. That's without the force feedback on. So the only negative that I've got really for this is the flex. The flex is quite considerable. It does move around a lot. However, it doesn't really take away the actual the wheel. So like anything from the wheel, other than obviously it's just a bit moves a bit. So we are going to be picking a track and a car to test this out. And as per most of my time trials that I like to do, we're going to be at Silverstone because it's my favourite track. In terms of cars, I want to pick a decent car. We are going to pick the... Which car are we going to pick? Oh, I'll come back to you when I've actually picked a car. Okay, so I've picked a car. Not drove this one before on this, so this will be quite interesting. It's the Alpine A450. Looks very nice. So let's have a go on this. Let's turn the sound up again. I've pressed the wrong button. I've got to wait for it to load now. Okay, so hopefully that's not too loud. Okay, so we're in. Force feedback on this is quite good as well. So I don't know what this car's going to be like for force feedback. We'll see, but throughout this test, you'll see roughly the flex that comes from this centre post design. As we get coming out of the pit lane now. Flex is there, however it's not that great, like there's not that much flex. It's the worst time to clip the grass that you could possibly imagine. A lot of slide on the back end of this, to be fair. So as you can see, even though I maybe exaggerated a bit of the flex, it's still there, but it's not that bad. There's other games where it's worse, like Assetto Corsa, the flex can be really bad. In terms of the flex on, say, NASCAR, you do get a fair bit of it. Go and do that now, you can see how much that did move then. Formula 1, it's not bad on the, this is on the F1 2020 game. It's not actually that bad on the, in terms of that on the flex. Just focus as we go through towards Club Corner. So yeah, overall it's alright, to be fair. It holds up. It is a decent stand. And I'd say 100% I'd recommend it. I'd say it's definitely worth the money. I've clicked the grass on the exact same bit again now at Silverstone. That's annoying. So once I've completed this lap of Silverstone, we're going to move on to something slightly more difficult on the actual on the wheel. Where there's a lot more feedback and a lot more movement involved. And we're going to go to the go-karts at the Dubai Autodrome, which, if anyone's raced them there on the wheel, you'll know exactly what I'm about to say. Insane. Right, so that's my lap complete. So just going to switch over now to the Dubai Autodrome with the go-karts, so let's see how that gets on. Right, so we're in. It's the Dubai Kart Drome. I'd made a mistake, unless I've cut that out, in which case I hadn't made a mistake. So we're going to be racing the 125cc shifter kart around the Dubai Kart Drome, just to show really the amount of flex which can actually happen in this stand. But to get to grips, I've got to warm up my tyres. Right, one thing that takes a while with Project Cars, warming up the tyres. Here we go. Weird driving a kart with a shifter on, I've got to say. The ones I drive at the tracks near me are all automatic. I don't think I've ever used a shifter kart. So that roughly there, them clips would have just shown how it can flex. Like I say, that's in extreme circumstances. Overall, I would buy this again if I was starting out again. It's a good rig. Good rig. It's not a rig. It's a good stand. It is strong. It does have flex. However, you'll get that in a lot unless you go for an aluminium profile. It's got more flex than I would have wanted, and I'm not keen on centre post designs. However, if you don't mind having the centre post between your legs, like say the play seats, that's why I won't buy a play seat. They look good, but they've got the centre post, which I don't like. How else are you supposed to get into them though? Yeah, overall, it's why I'm changing. I'm not keen on the centre post, but this stand has been good for the short time that I've had it. I've really enjoyed using it, and if I was starting out again, or I knew someone who was starting it, I would happily recommend this stand. There are cheaper stands which you can go for on Amazon, from not really named brands or stuff. There are other also starter stands that you can go for that aren't centre posts really. For example, X-Rocker do them, GT Omega do them. Overall, I would recommend this stand any day of the week for anyone starting out, as long as you can put it with the centre post. All it takes really is adjusting your seat, and you can get around that. That's what I've done. However, the fact that it's still conscious, and when you're trying to brake, you do knock it at times, which there you can see I'm knocking it there. It does generate some flex as well. If you're going for a strong force feedback wheel, or it wouldn't last on a direct drive. However, if you're going for, this is a T300 RS, which the actual force feedback is quite strong. It copes with it. It does. If you was going for anything higher, I think it'd struggle with the Fanatec. I think it'd last, but I think it'd struggle. Direct drive, you've got no hope. You're going to be like that. So yeah, overall, I'd recommend this. And if you are looking at buying one, I'd say go ahead. I'd confidently say it's a good stand, especially if you're starting out. So if you enjoyed this video, please drop a like and subscribe. Comment with other stuff that you want to see. Comment with any racing games that you'd want to see me do streams on at some point or play. I'll be doing a video shortly about my the Thrustmaster wheel as well, and just talking generally about other things which I'm using for my sim setup. So, like I say, if you're new to the channel, drop a like, subscribe, and I will see you whenever I post my next video. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.